I know some of y'all already started your stores as well. So yeah, I got a cute little presentation. So basically we're gonna be talking about like how to open up your marketplace store today. So Second Life Marketplace is just where creators from Second Life upload their stuff. So it's basically just like a big, I don't want to say it's not a shopping event, but instead of a shopping event, you can just sell your stuff on here. Um, y'all know what that means, but you know, recording this and also gonna put this up on YouTube for the people that don't know much about Second Life Marketplace. It's where you buy a bunch of stuff from creators. They do have fees too if you guys haven't made a marketplace store already, so they will like take some money out every time you make a sale. So yeah, opening your store, when you go to marketplace, you're gonna go to the little my marketplace tab on the browser, and it says create a store if you don't already have one up. So you'll press that, and then it's gonna ask you to make sure you have done like a couple of things. If you have done these things already, it might not have all of those little bullet points that I have right here. All of the bullet points might not show up for you because you probably completed like 2 of the steps already. So basically what you have to do is have a payment method on file. You have to have you have to have purchased lendings already on that account, and then you have to agree to the marketplace fees and selling policies. And then after you do that, it's very important that you restart your viewer, because once you press continue, and then it's very important you restart your viewer, because that's how you're gonna get your items from Second Life viewer to Second Life Marketplace. So if you don't restart your viewer, it's not gonna pop up. The little marketplace tab thing on the viewer won't pop up for you. It won't register that you have a store open up. So you do have to restart your viewer. And then yeah, so I'm gonna talk about like just what the marketplace setup, like setting up a listing. I'm gonna talk about setting up your store. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Okay, so once you do that, you're gonna be able to edit your store information. So your store information, just like your store name, then your profile is just like what you're gonna be selling. So I also show what it looks like when you're editing it versus what it looks like when it's live and up. So profile, that's what you're selling. You can put a little bio, whatever. Policies, you can put, all sales final, or maybe you do want to refund people for double purchases. I personally don't, because that seems like I gotta like probably keep track of what they're doing, and I don't feel like doing all that. And they just, gestures and poses. So it's up to you though. And then you do link to your blog if you do have a place where you want to just like show pictures of your items that you're selling. And then you have link to in-world store. So that's how like, when you want to see what the person is selling in world, or sometimes stores will sell their items for cheaper in world versus on marketplace, because marketplace does take a certain little percentage out of your items. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage is, but I know when I do sell my gestures and I charge 100 lindens for them, they take 10 lindens. So I'm not sure what it is. I haven't checked for my poses, honestly, but so it probably will vary depending on how much you're charging for that particular item. And then you're going to upload your store image. So it's very important, which I'm going to talk about again. Like the file, like the picture sizes, they're very particular. So I know for the store images, the freaking size is like super duper tiny, like so tiny that it'll probably like make your image look weird and stuff or whatever. But they want this tiny ass file, so you just give them that tiny file. And then you can have a store banner as well if you want. Make sure you're following the sizes, which when you press choose file, it should like a little thing will pop up and tell you what the requirements are for that size. And then store manager is if you're like doing like a co-owning a store with somebody else, so you'll just add that person's Second Life name. So yeah, and then what else? So this is just what the merchant home looks like. So the tabs at the top are basically the same thing that's on the left side. So you have like manage your listings, manage subscriptions. Not really sure what that is. I can't think off the top of my head. Never used it. Never use import failure log. Never use view audit. I think I tried to use it, but I think it took forever, so I just said forget it. So the main important things is manage your listings, transaction history. That'll show you like what people are buying from your store. You can see your top selling products, which is very helpful. which those reports take a while to freaking update too. So you also can do that just by going to your store's webpage and just, doing a little filter tab thing, filter by best selling. But yeah, you see top selling, top searched, listing enhancement, revenue distribution. So they'll probably have to be something that's when you do like a store manager. And then you have orders, store setups, where you'll edit your store information, which you can edit at any time, view your store, no idea, automatic notifications. Oh, okay, that's what I said. Sorry, it's like super tiny on my screen. Then help resources, just for Second Life marketplace help. Okay, so then I'm going to show you, this is what my listings look like. Once you get a bunch of things put up on there, you'll start, this is basically what a setup looks like once you have these listings active. So yeah, so I'm going to talk about getting the items onto marketplace. So let me switch my screen really quick. 1 second. Okay, so say I have like my item's ready to be up on marketplace. Move that little chat box. Okay, so here's my item. It's ready to go on marketplace, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a copy, whatever you want to do, take it, and then it's gonna go into my inventory, my objects folder. So the thing about marketplace, when you're giving them things or items, for the most place, marketplace is gonna take the original item, is not gonna take a copy. So definitely be aware of that. You can right click and do copy to marketplace instead of doing move to marketplace, but sometimes like the copy to marketplace thing gets kind of like iffy, and it'll like get buggy, and it'll mess up like the folders, because it has to be set up, the folders has to be set up a specific way under the marketplace listing tab, which I have right here. Like it's like a folder within a folder. And so if you just move it instead of doing copy, if you move it, it'll just set it up automatically for you. So that's less things you have to worry about and less, mishaps. So just basically what you do, since it's taking the original item, not making a copy, just make a copy in your inventory like that. And then you're going to say, okay, move this copy that I made manually to marketplace listings. So now it's going to pop up in your marketplace listings. So for those of you that don't have your store open up yet, it's not, of course this is going to be empty. Another way you could also drag and drop drag and drop your folders, whatever, but it's also going to say, hey, this is moving the original item, it's not copying it, and it's going to ask you, do you want to continue? So you can do that, or you could right click. But so yeah, so then it's going to be under your unlisted, wait, no, I lied, it's going to be under unassociated, right? So this is my item, it put it inside the folder, so it's literally a folder inside of a folder. Here's my item. That's how it's supposed to look. If it looks like this, you're doing good so far. You can check for errors. So it says no errors or warnings to report. Great. Sometimes it'll tell you, like it wants your items to be in this folder set up, and if it's not, it's gonna tell you when you click check for errors. So once it does that, it's gonna always be in unassociated when you first put it over to the marketplace listings. To get this little tab to pop up, you could just right click, toolbar, set up your toolbar is under marketplace. So yeah, the little house, well, not the house, it's just the store thing. But yeah, you're gonna right click, you're gonna press create listing, okay? So you already checked for errors, so just do create listing. You can name it, make sure you set your permissions, because that's very important. So you can do that here too. Set my permissions. Right now it's copy. Oh no, right now it's transfer. So say I wanted to do that, but honestly I set all my permissions before I move them over to marketplace listings. But it's up to you. Just make sure you're careful, because once it's up there, you might forget, or you might not realize, like, hey, I didn't make this copyable, or I didn't make this no transfer. So now people buying it, and they getting a transferable copy of your item. So but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna press create listing, and then it's gonna create the listing, right? So then let me switch back over my screen. Sorry. Merchant home. Yeah, so make sure you go to merchant home and then go to manage listings. So let me still switch my screen over so y'all can see. So yeah, now I'm on manage listings. So I'm going to go to my unlisted. So that's what I just uploaded right here, test, right? So now, once you do that, it's going to take you to, this is how you prepare your listing, get it all together and situated. So what you're going to see the SKU, which is like, I guess, a number, whatever. You don't have to use that. Version, don't have to do that. The main thing that's important is the active. So if you want to just like make this go live, once you edit all the other information, go ahead and switch that on. Sometimes I forget because it's literally at the top, so I'll forget. Set your maturity level, which is also important because you don't want Second Life emailing you like, hey, we took this down because it did not meet the listing guidelines or whatever. So pay attention to that. Make sure you're setting it accordingly. I feel like that's, the maturity level is pretty self-explanatory. Mesh, so that's like, I don't really think, well, I don't know. I would say if you're doing clothing, it's just going to be 100% mesh these days. So if you're not doing mesh, if you're doing poses or gestures, it's just going to put no mesh. Your permissions, you're telling the person, the customer, what permissions they're going to be getting when they buy this item. So you just put, okay, sorry. So you're going to put, copy, mod, whatever. Automatic redelivery, that's totally up to you. I have mine on to allowed. Sometimes people just lose stuff in their inventory and they just want it to be delivered again. It happens all the time. Again, it's up to you if you want to allow that or not. And then usage requirements, that's just letting them know if they need to unpack it, which you don't have to always put it. I mean, it's up to you if you want to put that or not. Nobody really pays attention to the side stuff, I don't feel like. Why are you? I'm sorry, it's my boyfriend being a creep. But anyway, yeah, so clothing works with, so basically most of the clothing these days work with mesh avatars. So you'll select mesh avatars if you are uploading clothing. Custom avatar brand, leave that blank. Brand URL, you can leave that blank if you want to. Not really that important. And then we're going to get to the setting up the actual like name of the listing and all that stuff. So I see it has like different languages. I haven't messed with that, but if you wanted to put it in different languages, you could. So yeah, you'll put your item name, which your item name is already going to be the name of your object that you moved over to the marketplace tab from the viewer. Then product features, you really don't have to put anything in there if you don't want to, because most of the time people probably aren't looking at that. I know personally I don't always look at that. Let me check. So yeah, and then extended description is just where you're gonna tell the people what your item is. Then keywords, self-explanatory, just like basically hashtags that the person, not hashtags, but just think of what the person will be typing, what they'll be searching for to make your item pop up. So say if they want, like, say you're selling some pants, so your keywords would be pants, women's pants, men's pants, mesh leggings, stuff like that. If you're making gestures, I put gestures, funny, meme, viral. Sometimes I put like TikTok, Instagram, or just like think of popular keywords. And then you're gonna set your categories. I think the one thing I do say about categories is to try not to go too deep into what? Is to try not to go too deep into the categories folder, because I feel like if you were to make your item go deep in the category folder, it probably would be lost. So I would say to keep it just like 2 things down. So right now, as you can see, it says animations, posing animations. So don't make it go no deeper than that. Or like, I know clothing can get pretty complicated, so I would just leave it like, okay, clothing and then women's clothing, and leave it at that. Like, don't go down to clothing, women's clothing, pants, leggings, because now it's only gonna pop up on leggings and not pop up on women's clothing, if that makes sense. So just, don't put it too deep, because the whole thing is we want sales, so we want people to see our items. And then, yeah, keep going down. Set your item price. I know I said I was going to talk about pricing, but for the most part, I would say if you want to try to figure out how much to charge for your items, see what other people are charging to get a ballpark range, and then charge what you want, but try not to be too unreasonable. But at the end of the day, it's your price. Don't let nobody tell you what to charge. You can charge what you want to charge, but you know, still be reasonable to the point where you want to get some sales. So land and pack. So I guess that's like, you know, if you're selling furniture or something. But none of us are selling furniture that I know of. So that's not really important. SLURL is like if you sold something in world, so you'll put your Second Life URL there. You can put it to your store if you wanted to, but that's gonna already be on your store's page. But it's up to you. Video URL is when, like, I know people do that for dance and animations. They'll put like a short video there. Available quantity is just, you know, you do unlimited, or you can set, maybe you want to do like a limited time release or something, so only like 10 items available, so it'll only sell 10 times, and then after that it'll just go unavailable. And then your images, image requirements, you know, it's going to tell you that when you upload your image. You can upload more than one. It's up to you. You can upload a GIF. And then your related items, so that's when you're going to put all the other items that you have, so it'll pop up. Let me see, go to my store, it'll pop up like, just like when a person is on the list and whatever, all these related items I had to add one by one manually. So you do have to do that. You just search the item that you want to go under, and then boom, you can only add 8. So choose wisely. Then your demo item. Demos are going to be uploaded the same way you're uploading a regular item. You're about to get kicked out if you don't get out of my room. Oh my goodness. But anyways, yes, demo items gonna be uploaded the same way you're doing your regular items. The same, like literally the same thing. Only thing you're doing with the demo items is it's gonna be $0, or that 0 lindens, I should say. And then so you'll link your demo item, and then, you know, when you look for an item, it'll show like the little try demo version link, hyperlink. And then so this is everything we covered. So we got the related items, we have the description, the freaking title, and then we have our pictures, we have our price. So right now, this is just what the preview looks like. And then it shows our permissions, automatic redelivery, and you can use it now, which that's not true because you have to unpack my items. But yes, that is pretty much it. And I'm mad that I covered this in 20 minutes. I've been talking too fast. So anybody have any questions for me? Because I did that super fast. Oh, a way to bulk update? No, not for real, honestly. Let me see. So let me go back to the second line. Okay, so I mean, it's not really a way to bulk update, because say, okay, oops. So say I got all these items, right? So I still need to, this is what you have to do, basically. So I'm going to drag, you have to drag them one by one. Let me see. Can you do move to marketplace listing? Okay, so you can do that, but you still have to do one by one, like create listing, create listing, create listing, create listing. So not necessarily. If y'all don't have any questions, y'all know my in world, y'all got my Discord, hit me up, ask me a question. That's pretty much it. I need to stop talking so damn fast, honestly. Y'all got everything though? Was it pretty self-explanatory? Yep, I'm recording right now as we speak, and it will be on my YouTube channel, so I will link it. Yes, I will link it when it's uploaded. I forgot to freaking change my settings around when I was talking about in-world, so I'm gonna have to redo that part, and then I'll, edit that part in, and then I'll upload it. So give me by the end of the week. It'll be up.